Good morning, guys. Here we are, 18th of August, currently just on 7 o'clock. And we're going to do the strengths and weaknesses of the market, see if there's an asset that you can pick. And then we're also going to look at the economic calendar. And I'll also take a chance at gold. We'll see what it's up to today. So let us jump into this straight away. I do this every morning. The guys in the squad at any level get to see it straight away, so it'll be up sort of in the next 15 minutes or so, and publicly it goes around 10 o'clock. So get yourself into the group, see us in Discord, have a chat with us, and we'll crack on. So what can we see straight away? Well, the biggest mover and shaker was the dollar, which has jumped up 5 points, and the New Zealand has fell. Now, when we were looking at the dollar yesterday, it really only had one way to go, which was up. Okay, now that's going to shake the market a little bit because it is now put a major in the strength. Now, when I say a major, I mean the majors that I look at, which is the pound, euro, USD. They're my base currencies, and then I'll pair it against something else. Okay, so up here, I can see the US is there, and the weakest is JPY. It's fell to the floor. And again, it's now got nowhere to go. It was falling tremendously. It's fallen again yesterday, but the change of strength isn't that much, so there will be a bounce. And likewise, the USD is at the top. Okay, so that's what they do. They do a seesaw. They go up and down like a yo-yo. Now, up here, we can see the CAD is the very top with JP the lowest. And then if we're looking at assets, down we go. And as we come down through the list of the majors that are going to move, the US Swissy and the US JPY is what's pulling out as the best assets today. And they're both swapping direction. Well, that's apparent on this side when you see where it's changed. Now, from here, what I want is a currency in the top three and a paired against a currency in the bottom three, 2 times the strength. That means there will be movement, which will either be a continuation or if it's saturated, it comes into mean reversion. If they're in the middle and they're sitting on top of each other, you've only really got one trade opportunity, which is breakout. So I would rather have more than less. And then what you are looking for is what's called separation, where they're going in opposite directions to each other. So the US, as you can see, has gained 5. JP has lost 1, so there is a separation. They're going opposite directions. Look at the change of strength. Again, they're going in opposite directions. So it's a good contender. It's something worth looking at. What about its ATR? Well, if it's under 60, I don't look at it. Its ATR is currently at 92, so it's not bad. If I was looking at pound euro, both of them are sitting in the middle ground. So it's not going to be the best in the world, but what it does mean is I can look at the indices because all's calm in the world. There's not going to be any big spikes. So Euro's at the top, naturally look at the DAX. FTSE's not that far behind, to be honest, so you could look at either. But that's roughly how to work your strength and get to an asset. So the asset would be USJPY today. Okay. Now, what we can see as we are working our way through this, gold has signs of selling this morning, but it's a pre-analysis, so we'll have a little look at that and we'll see what our thoughts are. We did it yesterday and the prediction came correct. So next part of it is look at the day. We're not really interested in low impact. Doesn't really do anything. Flick it down. Just have a quick glance through. See if there's any CPI or PMI. There isn't. The only reason is it's marked as medium. However, a lot of the time it can throw the market somewhat. So we don't want to be that. So there isn't any of that. So what we're left with is high impact. And that means we've got the unemployment rates running now on the pound. Might throw the market a little bit. I try not to trade the open, so it doesn't really matter. I just do all my prep work on a morning before I go to market. And then at 1:30, we've got the building permits and housing stats coming in, which is high impact. It won't turn the market, but it will spike the market. So if I'm looking at USJPY, I'd be very careful at 130. Now from here, I'm going to have a quick look, see what the gold markets are up to. Well, if we look at the daily, there is selling pressure starting to come in. You can see that here. Why is that? Well, it's pushed up, it's been in a plateau, and it's starting to move down slightly. When we look at the 4 hour, we can see that a little bit more clearly. It's definitely starting to roll over, which is there. But when we come down onto the hour and the 15 minute, the hourly, yes, it seems to be retracing on itself slightly, which could be just looking for a bounce. And that's kind of seen on the 15 minute. So really what my view for this today is it's going to be more selling than it is buying. And I'll be looking for it to push down to the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, as you can see. And it'll be pulling off this move here. So to me, very small pull, but really I'll be looking to sell this thing this morning. Did quite well off it yesterday. And looking at this, yeah, you've got momentum coming down. You've got momentum coming down. Definitely momentum coming down. It's shifting over. I would go with mainly looking for sells on this today. But there'll be a full write-up in the Discord because I'm going to look at it fully now. And also on the WhatsApp, there'll be quick snapshots of what's happening through the day. Catch us all in the next one.